I am here with Manny.
Hey, what's up?
Today we're going to be reviewing Wrestle Kingdom after a electrifying show that we've had. And we're also going to talk about Brody Lee because we did not get a chance to talk to him in 2020.
RIP.
Yeah,
RIP,
RIP.
buddy.
RIP, my man. RIP.
Brian, I suggest that we have a 5 second of silence.
Ah, yes, good idea. Please, 5 seconds everyone, for Brody Lee. Thank you.
Alright.
Alright, so, I guess we have a very long Wrestle Kingdom card to get to, so let's
Of
get to
course.
it. We'll talk about Brody Lee at the end and what he thought to us and how the tribute show was. But we gotta get to this Wrestle Kingdom card. We had a lot of matches, so, and we also gotta talk about night 2 because night 2 is tonight. So, and it also correlates with what happened in the show. So let me look up the card real quick so I can have it as a reference.
We're looking at both cards, though, correct?
Yes, we're going to look at night 1 and the
Okay.
results, and then we're going to line up for night 2, because night 2 correlates with night 1. Because there's a lot of matches that overlap or continue going into tonight. So, without further ado, let's get to it. So we'll start off with the pre-show, I guess they call it. The New Japan Rambo was back, which is basically New Japan's version of a Royal Rumble. This match would decide if there's a fatal four-way for the KOW championship that Toriano hold in 2019. He'll be trying to go for the 2021 version. Now, this is a very long match, so I'm not gonna break down everything, but I'll just break down some of the highlights and some of the people that were in it. Guys like Rocky Romero, Sho, Bushi, Tiger Mask, Minoru Suzuki, Yuji Nagata, Hiroti Goto, Yoshihashi, Tiger Mask, Bad Luck Fale, Gabriel Kidd, and yeah, weirdly enough, and I thought they were gonna go all the way. Minoru and Yuri Nagata got eliminated. They were like the first two eliminated, which really surprised me. Big
I was
elimination.
surprised that Minoru got eliminated so early, most.
Yeah, usually Minoru stays a while, but he got eliminated very quick. But obviously Yuri Nagata and Minoru are not done, because if you remember, they fought at Summer Struggle, and that match was
Yes.
really good. They went 20 minutes at their age, and they beat the shit out of each other.
Very
I
nice.
remember watching that, and I was like, holy shit, these two are still fighting, and they're beat the shit out of each other. Holy shit. So it looks like their feud is not done yet, because they were feuding on the outside, so I don't think their feud's done yet. So we could be getting a match in the new future. So, and obviously, who were the final four that were in the ring? Well, the final four were Toriano, who had to do absolutely nothing. He literally just entered and got in. Bad Fale, Chase Owens, and Bushi. Those are the four that are going to fight in a fatal four-way to decide who was the KOW trophy. So, yeah, but that's basically what this was. It was basically a setup match to set up for tonight's start. This will be the first match on to start the show for night 2. We're going to have a fatal four, and we're going to decide who wins that trophy. Yano has had that trophy since that special show they did with Okada. He's had that trophy ever since. And he's looking to get the new one so he can upgrade his trophy to the 2021 version tomorrow night. Or basically tonight, basically.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough, though, because you have a big boy like Bad Luck Fale. You have Chase Owens. And you have Bushi, who could literally do anything. Anything is possible with Bushi. It's a weird lineup, but you never know, it could be a good match. We'll see what happens, because we haven't had a fatal four-way in Japan in a while. The last one I can remember is like the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, if I think. It's been a while, but it's been a while since they did a fatal four-way. So we'll see what happens in the match. But I guess, Benny, if you have any thoughts about it, you can run through it real quick.
I didn't really see it much. I pretty much fell asleep. but who did win who was the final person?
No, it was 4 people. It was Bushi, Bad Luck Fale, Chase Owens, Toriano. Those are the 4.
Not surprised, but yeah.
It was an okay match. It was very long for me, but I mean, they did it every year, and most years they're actually really fun. This was an okay one. Last year they was a little bit better, but not bad match at all. Alright, that was the pre-show. On to the main card. We start off with a banger of a match. Hiromu Takahashi, my boy, Time Bomb, my boy, versus ELP, aka El Phantasmo. So this is how it starts. So Hiromu Tanahashi beat El Desperado at the mix of the double pay-per-view, aka World Tag League and Best of the Super Junior weights. He won the Best of Super Junior heavyweights in a classic with El Desperado. Desperado's mask was a mask in that match, which was would have never thought. Crazy. And then obviously in World Tag League, obviously God won their titles, stuff like that. And then back in America over here, while the pandemic's going on, we had the Super J Cup. No fans this time. But we had some notable names, guys like Leo Rush, Chris Bay, El Phantasmo, and there was a couple of names in there, I think like ACH. There were some good names in there. It was really good names for the tournament. Tournament was really fun. El Phantasmo was really rusty in the first match, but then as the night went on, he got better and better, and he proved that why he's a two-time champ. So he won it twice, and deservedly so. He deserves the time bomb, and this is where this match started. So so that happened, and then obviously the winner of the Super J Cup always gets a really cool coat. El Phantasmo was such a great heel. He just disrespected the coat coming down the ring. It was absolutely hilarious. Just seeing him just toss it around and doing his taunt was hilarious. I love this man. This man's awesome.
God,
awesome heel.
funny.
Awesome heel. But this match here was fantastic. This was another match that Hiromu's been in that is high quality match. High quality. And it proved why the Super Junior division is getting more heat as everyone starts coming back. Because before it was kind of, I wouldn't say dry, but it was more just one or two people. It wasn't really like a big division. But now people are starting to come back, and more interest is starting to come up in the Super Junior division. Now Hiromu's got more competition coming in with Phantasmo now coming back. So there's more competition on the way. So things are getting heated in that division. So, and now we're finally getting the rematch that everybody's been wanting. The score is 2-2. They have 2 wins each. This will decide who wins the feud, which is between Tashi Shimuri, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, versus Hiromu. But no, this match, and I think my favorite spot of this match, there was a spot where Hiromu's on the outside. He reverses El Phantasmo, basically does a reversal. Then he tight walks the ropes, and he does a perfect moonsault that was like, I don't know how high that was, but it was so high. I was just looking up like, oh my god, this is really high. Like, he was way up there, like way up there. The height of that moonsault was crazy.
Yeah, that was definitely a highlight for sure.
And then another highlight, I would say, El Phantasmo teasing doing the Shawn Michaels. He did the Styles Clash. He went for
he did everything.
He did basically everything that you can impersonate. But that's his character, and it's quite funny, but also really cool as well. So,
Yeah, for sure.
but yeah, El Phantasmo's a star. He has really massive potential in this division, and I could see him win the title in the near future for sure. But yeah, that's what I have to say. Manny, you can say what you need to say.
Yeah. So, what I thought about this match, I think this was a great match. But last year's Wrestle Kingdom, I believe it was Hiromu and Osprey that kicked it off, correct?
No, that was actually the co-main event, or the one before the co-main event. Because co-main event, I think, was like, was it Jay White or something? I don't know. There was another match before Okada and Kota, because Okada and Kota was the main event of night 1, and then night 2 was Okada and Tetsuya Naito. I think Okada and I think Will and Hiromu was night 1. I think. Don't quote me on.
Yeah, it was.
I think it was night 2. Oh yeah, no, because Hiromu retired just under Liger. I remember now. Okay. Yeah.
So it was kind of a close between that match and this match with ELP. But my thoughts on this is that it was a really amazing and entertaining match. I was surprised by both competitors. But yeah, overall, well done. It was a really great match. Amazing match.
Yeah, it was a great way to start. Really fast pace, not too slow, really fast, quick action, very athletic. there were some moves in there that I didn't even think LAP could do, and he did some amazing stuff. So I'm really excited for his future in New Japan, and it would have been kind of cool to see like a tag team reunite matchup, but I'm cool with Hiromu winning because him and Taji have some unfinished business. We got to see who wins the final match. And by the way, they announced it. That is the co-main event before the huge main event between the basically the champion and Jay White, which we'll get to at the end. That's gonna be a huge match before the main event of night 2. So so keep an eye out. Hiromu and Taji is gonna be something special. Okay, so next match, I wouldn't say this is my weaker match of the card, but I would say this one took a little bit for me to build. It's the IWGP Tag Team Championship, Tamatoka and Tangaloa, aka God, versus Tashi and Zack Sabre Jr. I think it was the Dangerous Techers, I believe that's the name of the team.
Dangerous Techers.
Yeah. So this team has been very, very well as a tag team for a while now since they've teamed up. Tashi and Zack Sabre Jr. have excellent chemistry. They're a great team. They have great submission. They're a really strong, hard-hitting team. So for them to take out a team like God, which GOD's been gone for a while due to them being able to come to Japan, they won World Tag League against Finn and Juice, which was an excellent match. I'd recommend that match if you want to go back and watch. And they proved that they have an opportunity for the titles. And this is what happened. And this match really started slow for me because both teams were starting to, try to pick up the pace. But by like the second half, I was enjoying the match. The match was really fun. Very different style of match because these two are not any faces. They're both heels, so they flip flop back and forth. So it's really different dynamic. But yeah, no, this was probably one of the weaker matches on the card for me, just because it was so a little bit slower for me. But it picked up steam definitely by the end with Taichi and Zack Sabre Jr. really picking up the steam. And Taichi is one of my most improved stars, especially in New Japan. I see why a lot of people like him now, and he's a really good wrestler. And him and Sabre are future team to come, and they're not done yet after God. So I would not be surprised to see them in the title hunt for the next couple months. But don't forget, Finn and Juice did give them a run for their money, so keep an eye on Finn and Juice. They're lurking behind, but obviously, as you see, they won the match, and I think it was the right choice. God have been fighting to try to get those titles back, and now they are our 7-time champion. Yeah, time has passed quickly. They're already 7-time champs. Crazy. So, from where they
I think they passed the record, though, I believe.
Yeah, they passed the record. I forgot what record it was. I'll go back and look. But 7 times for God. So God is 7-time champs. Dangerous Techers first titles, and they did really well as champions. But yeah, this was
It was a decent run, I would say.
Yeah,
it was a decent.
This is a solid run, and yeah. So, but yeah, that's what I would say. It was a little slow for me at first, but it picked up steam as the match went on. So yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, for this match, my opinion on this match was that it was a great match. But I feel like that the story-wise, or the storyline-wise, I just feel like it didn't click to me. But overall, they did really well, especially Itachi. He is definitely one of my breakout stars in New Japan pro wrestling. And him and Zack Sabre Jr. did a great job as a tag team and holding those titles for a decent run. Not the best, but a decent run for their first time for the Dangerous Techers. But yeah, and I'm so proud of God for claiming the titles again for the 7th time. I believe they passed the record. I don't know. Brian is checking it out. But yeah,
I will check it out as we go. Yeah, I'll look it up. See if this is a record. This might be a record. But no, this was but no, definitely respect to the Dangerous Checkers. But now it's time for God to retake their crown, retake their throne, and hold those titles. So
I'm gonna say this though. I feel like that no one has taken them off their throne in New Japan.
No, definitely not.
Has ever done that before. Has ever beaten them twice and say, "Oh, we're the new God," or "Oh, that we are the new face of the tag team."
No, not at all.
No one.
No, not at all.
No one yet.
It's the same thing with like the Young Bucks. When the Young Bucks were champion, there was no team out there that could take them off the throne. Even if they have to go away for a while, they came back and they still won titles. Really, the closest team I could say is Roppongi 3K. That was probably the closest team that had a chance to throw them. Roppongi 3K. which is
Wait, which one is that one?
Rocky Romero, Sho, and Yo, before
Oh,
Sho
okay,
had to
okay.
split away. That team
Okay.
was the closest to beating the Young Bucks. They couldn't quite pull it off, but that was the closest I'd
Still
say taking the
close.
throne. But GOD is the top team right now. There's no team right now that I could think that could step up. The only contender, and I mean this is only contender,
Go
that
ahead.
actually basically beat them before is Finnejuice. That's the only other team I could think of that has an opportunity to go at GOD. If there's one match everyone's been wanting to fight for the titles and have a full-on match again, it's Finnejuice and GOD. Now, will we have to wait for a while? Probably, because actually Juice Robinson actually has an orbital bone injury that he has to heal
Yeah.
up, and then he'll come back. So, I
But
don't
to be
know.
honest, though, Brian, I would have to say this though. I would have to say that Finn and Juice has been a great tag team in New Japan for sure, yes. But at the same time, though, God has beat them countless times, and they just haven't been able to get the job fully done. I would say,
Fair point.
which is why I feel like that there are no that I can think in my mind that there are no challengers for God at this time. To be honest,
Hmm.
but yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well. Here's one thing, right? And
Go
you could
ahead.
agree with me on this. There's teams striking because one team that we cannot forget that is still out there that could go up and say, "Hey, let's fight God," is the Headhunter and Goto. Remember, those two are a team still. Don't count
Wait,
them out.
the Headhunter. Which one is that one?
It's the one
Yoshi.
Yoshi and Goto. Those two are a very good team. So keep an eye out on them
Hmm.
this year. I'm just
I
saying.
haven't seen them
I
compete it though, but yeah, I'll definitely try to check them out.
Yeah, I'll let you know what match to check out. There's some good
I think
matches
they
from
do
them.
have a match against God.
No, they've never fought before. But I'm saying
Yeah,
if that's another team that could step up, keep an eye out on them.
yeah.
We'll see what happens because you still got to talk about Junior Tag
Go ahead, go ahead.
Night 2. So, yeah. So, oh, by the way, someone's here. Hello, Mongolian Chop. I know you from Twitter. Hello.
So,
All right. Next, this match actually surprised me. The IWGP United States Rifle Challenge certification match, which is the briefcase. Oh, by the way, before that, John Moxley popped up.
yep.
We were wondering where John Moxley
Yeah,
was. We obviously know John Moxley's in America with AEW, but he was surprisingly able to
yeah.
go into the LA dojo and do a quick promo saying, "Whoever wins this match, don't make a fool out of me. I'm coming for you." So it seems like John Moxley is getting closer and closer to get the green light to fight the winner of the briefcase, which we have
And
this
he's
match
probably
here.
returning to Japan as well.
At some point, yeah. It seems like they're either going to do the match on New Japan Strong as a special, or maybe they do like a US special or something with a special card,
Yeah.
and they have that as the main event, which we'll get to who won the match in a second. And great stuff. So, alright. This match really surprised me. Kenta versus I say Kojima for sure because I don't know how to say his first name, but Kojima
Yeah.
and Tenzin at Sunside. Which, by the way, if you remember, Tenzin is the rightful mentor to Master Wato. Which, if you obviously know,
Oh
Master
yes.
Wato is going to be competing for the junior tag team titles tonight. So. Just a little fun fact there. But yeah, Tenzin has been a really good trainer for Master Wato. He's one of my most improved guys in my list. But other than that, back to the thing. His old buddy Kojima is going to be taking on Kenta. Now, this feud started when Kenta attacked Kojima after Kojima called out Kenta for holding the briefcase and disrespecting the title or like the U.S. reign. So,
Yeah.
Kojima said, if you want to fight at Wrestle Kingdom, you can have a match at Wrestle Kingdom. Kenta agreed, and they had this match. And surprisingly, for the age that Kojima's at, Kojima is 50 years old. This man put on a
Oh
really
yeah.
good match against
Wow.
Kenta. That's impressive. This was really good. This was really good. I was really surprised how good this was. Because I didn't know what to expect going into this. Because, you know, Kojima's really old and I didn't think he could hang with Kenta. But no, he shows he's not done yet. He could still go. But obviously, this is the passing of the torch. Kenta takes the win here. And now we're finally, after months and months and months of teasing and back and forth, we're finally getting it at some point. Kenta versus Moxley's on the way. I don't know when, but I will be there whenever that is. I don't care if it's New Japan Strong. I don't care if it's got to be in Japan. I want this match. I want this. I need this. I've been waiting for Moxley to defend the title. Now Kenta has a chance to take that title. So Kenta obviously did win this match. But Kojima put a really good fight. Like a really strong fight.
Yeah.
And this surprised you. This was entertaining. So, yeah, go ahead, Manny. What you have to say.
For the match with Kenta and Kojima, right? That's his name?
Yep. I don't know how to say his first name, sorry.
Yeah. Nah, you good. To be honest though, like I really was not interested in the match, really, to be honest. I felt like that it was I guess one of the lows for me of the show for sure. But overall I am proud that Kenta is finally gonna verse Moxley for the US title. Do I believe he's gonna win? I don't think he's gonna win this one, but probably in the next opponent that Moxley will face, he might lose the title. So yeah.
Yeah, but for sure, definitely. Yeah, but now we're finally gonna get Kenta Moxley after Moxley appeared. So I'm really excited. Which actually, if you heard the rumor, New Japan's working on a U.S. deal right now to try to get a U.S. television to take them for their content. So might be a bit of a Access kind of thing where Access used to show both nights cut up with like a little bit of commercials but they would show each match. So if we do get that in America, that's gonna be a huge win for America because America's been wanting New Japan for a while. And yeah. Alright, so then we had a short defection. They've done this with every single show. They usually take a small intermission just to clean up, disinfect everything. And after that, we started off, I'm not gonna lie, I know a lot of people were hating me on this, but I think this was the low of the low for me. Hiromu Takahashi versus the Great O'Kong. Okay, look.
You said that was
I really love Hiromu Tanahashi. Dude is a legend in fucking New Japan. He's the rock star of New Japan. Him and Okada are the top two with Kota right behind them because he's been up there for years and he's been that guy. He fought Chris Jericho in a dream match and gave Jericho a run for his money. He's had those matches, and he's had matches with Okada which have been brilliant. Obviously.
Yeah.
But him and the Great O'Khan just don't work. For me. I know a lot of people were actually really happy with this match. I was not really invested. This was the one match that was the low for me. I know you say the Kenta Kojima match was the low for you. This is my low. I just can't get behind the Great O'Khan. I just can't. I respect the Great O'Khan with this Empire stuff with Jeff Cobb and everything. And the Empire's a really awesome group. I just can't get Great O'Kong in the ring. I just can't get with it. And I'm happy Hiromu got his win back. Hironi got his win back. And I hope this year's a better year for him. He had a really rocky 2020. I hope he has a stellar year this year because I really want him to prove that he can still be that rock star that we all know. So, no, this was probably my low of the low for the night. Even though you say Kenta was, this was the low for me. This is the low for me. This is the low for me. But
so
that's just me though. That's just me though.
I would say this though about Great O'Khan though. I do get his style. He wants to be, traditional with the Chinese tradition, of course, of combat and all that. But at the same time though, I do get your point. I feel that like his style is maybe a little too much, maybe a little, what's the word, exhausting to watch.
Yeah.
But at the same time though, I did feel like they had a good match. It wasn't the best match of the night for sure, but I feel like they had a good match, to me personally. But I did know that Hiroshi Tanahashi was gonna win, so yeah, hopefully Tanahashi gets a shot at a title sooner or later again.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, I would say for me especially, that was my low of the night, and I feel bad because the ace has been Is he the ace? He's either the ace or the rock star.
The ace.
He's the ace. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, Okada's the rainmaker, right? The ace of New Japan. He's been in amazing matches. The match he had with Jericho last year was really good for Jericho's age. Like, it was really good. It was one of my favorite parts of night 2. However, this year just, it's not his fault because Hironi could still go. He is that guy. But him and Great O'Khan just don't work. So
it just doesn't mix.
I respect Tanahashi, and I hope he has an amazing year. But Great O'Khan was not a good opponent to start this year. So I'm happy he got the win because he definitely deserved the win. If Great Khan would have won, I would have been furious. But luckily Tanahashi got the win. So I'm happy Tanahashi got the win. Just the Great Khan's not for me. Okay.
Yeah.
On to the two matches. Oh, I literally had no voice after these two matches. Okada versus Will Osprey. Oh my God, that. Do I have any words? I don't know. Alright. Let's start from the top.
God.
Let's start where this feud started. So this feud started during the G1 of the New Japan Cup. So during the G1, Okada and Will Osprey were going to fight each other to see who gets the last spot. Unfortunately, Will Osprey could not make the last spot, but he turned on his best friend, his homie, his pal for years in Chaos. Will Osprey finally turned heel. He had that ultimate heel turn. He hit him with a hidden blade in the back of Okada's head. It showed this new dickhead kind of businessman kind of personnel with the Empire. He started the Empire.
He calls himself the Commonwealth Kingpin.
Yes, the Commonwealth Kingpin, that's his new gimmick. He even had new theme music, which we'll get to in a second, how the entrances went and everything. But, really, I'm loving this Will Osprey. I know a lot of people don't like Will Osprey after what he did last year, but I forgave him because he's just so good in the ring, and I can't ignore his ring talent. You can't ignore it. So, while his thing with the speaking out movement, at least he was the one that retired. Velveteen never retired. Not retired. He never apologized. That's the word. At least Will put an apology out there. That's why I respect Will Osprey. Even though a lot of people don't respect him anymore as much, I still respect him, and this proves why. If he wasn't such a bad person outside the ring and get help and stuff, he's an amazing in-ring competitor. He proved it in this match. He proved it. So
yeah, for sure.
And I'm so happy for him, and I hope his Empire stuff goes well. He's got a great Empire building. I think they're gonna get more members as the years go by. We'll see what happens, but this could be a really big faction if Osprey could continue to impress. So on to the match itself. But yeah, so in the beginning of the entrance, Will Osprey revealed his new style of entrance. It showed the promo of him like bashing the TV that he's frustrated that he lost to Okada at the G1, which makes sense, and he basically used Okada to get to the top, and now Will Ospreay's in the top of the world, and it was great stuff. And like some of the spots of this match, I guess you can run through a couple. There was a spot where Will basically did a nice reverse through Okada on the outside, but then Okada reversed it into a pile driver on the apron. That was crazy. Will Osprey did a perfect Spanish fly. Also did Will Osprey did like a nice flying move. This is probably my craziest spot. So Will Osprey's on the outside near the commentators table / timekeepers area, and the tables are really small. You see how they're like really tiny and really stiff. There's some stiff tables. They're like the stiffest tables you could ever get. And Okada's on the inside trying to bring Will Osprey back in where the padding that was removed by Osprey, which thank God the padding was not used. And Osprey, with all his power and might, suplexed Okada onto that table, and the table didn't even break. It bent it in half. It like bent it. Like, it didn't break, and you could see the welts on Okada's back. That was so brutal. I was like, oh my God. Oh, that was hard to watch. I literally had to turn away for a second. It was so brutal. But then finally, the glitz and glory. Okada stopped using the money clip for one match and got the Rainmaker in. I was hype as fuck because I missed the Rainmaker. I respect him for switching up and going with the money clip. The money clip is a really dangerous submission move that he has used.
I think so too.
But the one thing I loved about this match, he finished it off with the Rainmaker. I hope he brings back the Rainmaker this year. Please bring back the Rainmaker. You looked amazing using it against Will Osprey. And Okada had to prove, like, Like, bro, don't mess with me, bro. I'm still 32. You're young, but I'm 32, bro. I can still go. Okada proved tonight he can still go.
Not just that, but he also proved that he is still the top dog of New Japan. For
Oh,
sure.
yeah. He wasn't even the main event spot. He was at the co-main event spot. So, even
Yeah.
if, he still improved. And even in his entrance, you could tell Okada was focused. There was no, like, raining down rain or nothing. It was just focus, 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 focus. I want to kill Osprey. And he got that tonight. He got his revenge. So, I'm expecting big things for Okada this year. I hope we see Okada back in the main event spot for the world title,
Yeah.
because now there's some new blood in there. There's Jay White. There's Dakota's still gonna be up there, and there's a couple of names starting to creep up there in the world title scene. So
For sure.
This is a good chance to bring Okada back into the world title scene. But yeah, that's what I would have to say about it.
So too.
You can say
Yeah.
your things now. This match was awesome though.
To be honest though, this was definitely the second best match of the night for sure.
Yes, definitely.
These both put a hell of a performance, especially Will Osprey trying to prove to Okada that he should be the #1 of New Japan Pro Wrestling. But no, I really wanted Osprey to win because it could have led to Okada maybe going to AEW. But unfortunately, no. Okada won, and he proved that he's still the top dog in New Japan. But yeah, overall, okay, so my favorite spot was when Okada was trying to go for the Oz Cutter into the ring. Instead, Okada did a drop kick.
Oh,
that
that was a beautiful spot. Yeah, that's my second favorite spot.
That was a nice spot.
Basically, Okada did a move and then Osprey rolled through. He went up and tried to do an Oz Cutter, and Okada, with the perfect of ease, has one of the best drop kicks in wrestling. Beautiful drop kick on Will Osprey off the top. I was like, ooh, that was a beautiful drop kick. Like, it was so clean too. Oh, so clean drop kick. But yeah, that'd be my second favorite spot. That spot was just, oh my god. Like this match was incredible. And I know a lot of people love the flying aspect of Will Osprey, but him bringing out his heavyweight style in this match proves that he could really switch us. He has like a switch. He has his flying Will Osprey where we see some amazing stuff that you never would have ever seen in high flying. And then you have this Osprey where he's hard hitting, brutal, no high flying, just pure on hard hitting, like just hard hitting in general. And it shows that Will Osprey can be a heavyweight. He can be a heavyweight. He can do it. It proves that Osprey can go to the heavyweight division. And I hope he gets the green light this year. I hope he does. I think him in the heavyweight division would be amazing for him. We'll see what happens, but goddamn, this match was another brilliant Will Osprey match. I got nothing after that, bro. I literally, and I thought this was enough already, but we're not done yet. We gotta talk about this fucking match here. All right, double championship unification match. IWGP Heavyweight Championship, IWGP Intercontinental Championship double title match. Kota Ibushi versus Tetsuya Naito. I swear, I swear, no, I got it. I swear, these two elevate every single time. This was another brilliant title match. Oh my god, this was brilliant. This match showed why Kota Ibushi is that damn good. Oh my god, this match was amazing. Dude, I'm telling you, this fucking match, bro. And bro, this is how you know this match is gonna be brutal. Not even 5 minutes in, Naito did a suplex on the outside and Kota landed on his head. Already! And we're not even 5 minutes in! And Kota's already doing head spots. Already. Like,
Man.
what the fuck? And then Naito did the Destino. Oh man, and then also fucking Kota. Bro, it took three Tamagoyes to keep fucking Naito down. I thought it was gonna take 2. But no, it had to take an extra one to keep him down. To keep him down.
It was finisher after finisher.
It was a finisher fest at the end. But it was brilliant because both of them are just amazing. This was awesome. Like, this is my favorite match of the night. What else do you want from me? What else do you want from me? Every single time the IWGP title matches happen at Wrestle Kingdom, it gets elevated and elevated more and more. And this was an example. A lot of people were wondering if the IWGP Heavyweight division was going to go down a bit because Okada is leaving that division for a bit to do other stuff. But we're all wrong. The division is better than ever. What else do you want from me? Now, one thing I'm hoping, and I hope Okada takes this idea, splitting up the IC title away. I think the main title he should focus on is the IWGP title. Now, I respect them doing the double title because they wanted to do the big match between Okada and Tetsuya Naito, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know if the double title is working out because it feels like there's a title missing in that whole. Because
I see it.
there's the junior tag, the tag titles, the never openweight title, the US title, and then now the junior heavyweight title, then the IC. That's where the IC title is. That spot right there, and then the IWGP. But there's no IC title. It's both. It's combined, which is not a bad thing in any way because it gives them more fame and more prestige for sure. But I feel like it kind of also hinders the IC title a bit because the IC title has always been a single division on its own with Naito at the top. So I feel like they should do a tournament for that IC title if Kota relinquished that title. I'm hoping Kota relinquishes the title. I'm hoping. Now, what I said in my original review is if Kota Ibushi won this title, he's going to beat Jay White tonight. But if I said Naito won that title, I got Jay White winning that title. And I'm going to stick with that. Kota won the title, and I said it in the review. I had Naito winning, but if Kota won, I'd be the happiest camper, and I am happy as fuck. I am really happy for Kota. Kota has worked his absolute ass off to win that title.
For years.
And Naito even handed him the title, which is hard to get praise from Tetsuya Naito. That's a hard job. And Kota got it. He got the praise. He got Naito giving him the titles. Like that's huge. That's huge for Kota. That's huge for Kota. Absolutely massive for Kota. And then obviously Jay White had to do his classic heel stuff and come after the match and said, you still got me though, so just keep that in mind. But Kota looks ready, so do I give the advantage to Jay White in this match? Yes, because Kota's going to be very tired going into tonight. He's not going to be injured because he didn't get injured in the match.
He's going to be sore.
But he's going to be sore. He's going to be sore and he's going to be tired. He's going to have to use the energy to build off it. If he doesn't use that energy, Jay White's going to dissect him very easily. So Kota needs to be very careful if he's going to retain this title. But I think Kota does get the job done regardless. I think he gets the job done. Which we'll get to night 2 in a second. But this match was great. This is my favorite match of night 1. I don't know how night 2 is going to back it up. There's still some great matches on night 2. We got the IWGP Junior Tag, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight, and we have the main event of Jay White and Kota, which could surprise us in any way because those two have had great matches before.
For sure.
We'll see what happens, though. But night 1 might be my favorite night because it just delivered. It was so good. And my official rating for the whole match, I'm giving that fucking match a 10. I'm giving the Will Osprey match a 10. And the show itself, if the Great Kong match didn't happen, 9.5. But since the Great Kong match happened, 9. 9 out of 10. That's what I give the night 1 for New Japan.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what I would say for that.
I would say for the final match of the evening, I would say this was definitely a great match. Finisher after finisher after finisher. These guys hold a hell of a fight against each other after so many of them having single classics. 1v1ing for the IC title and now for the world title.
Would you say this is the best match out of their trilogy? Would you say?
I wouldn't say this is their best match out of their trilogy. I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
But it is definitely a great match that they both have had.
Okay.
But yeah, overall, these two put on great performances. My favorite spot of the night was when Kota Ibushi put a Hurricane Rana on
Oh my
Naito.
god, that
Bro,
was
I
my
thought he
favorite
hurt his
spot,
leg. I thought
bro.
he injured his leg, though. I thought
Yo,
he
bro.
really
Oh
injured his
my
leg.
god, bro. And then
I
also
thought
my
Naito banged
yeah,
his
bro.
leg.
That reversal spot. Oh my god, bro. Bro, that was the quickest Hurricane Rana I've seen from Kota. Cause the way like Naito was gonna set up for something, and just a minute later you see him just drop Naito on his head. I was like, oh my god, like oh my god, that shit was crazy. But oh man, but yeah, no, this was just a great night in general. This was awesome. Uh,
Yeah, but overall, yeah. And then Jay White coming out in the beginning, at the end, telling him in a great promo that you will lose that title. You will breathe with the switchblade. That was definitely a great promo by Jay White, trying to get into the mind of
Kota.
Ibushi before night 2.
Yep.
But yeah,
Yep.
overall, I think that Ibushi's gonna win night 2 and another great match against Jay White, and he's going to become a living legend again.
I think it's the start of a good run because if there's one title that has eluded him for years, it's this title. The IWGP Heavyweight title has been the title that has eluded him for months because he's gotten so close. He got so close against Okada, fell short. Got so close against Naito, fell short. If there's one title that has eluded him, it's that title. That's the one title that he's just fallen so short. He couldn't quite get there, but now finally he got that moment.
He has finally made it.
But can he keep that title? We'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah.
But overall, I will give this night a 9.5. The matches with Naito and Bushi, I will give it a 9.5. Okada and Osprey a 10, and the Hiromu and ELP, I'm gonna give that a 10. And for the Dangerous Techers and God, I'm going to give that an 8.5.
Okay.
So, but overall, this night was a great night, and my prediction is that it is going to be a 9. It was a 9.5 for me. So, yep, that is my saying.
Yeah. So now we have to run through night 2. Because night 2 is tonight. So let's get to it. Alright, so night 2. 24 hours. aka now. Coming up in a long, short amount of hours. Kota Ibushi will be defending the title against Jay White. Which we'll get to in a second, but we still have some other matches. So we'll start off from the top, like I said before. Chase Owens, Bad Luck Fale, Bushi, and Toru Yano in a fatal 4-way for the KOPW 2021 trophy. Obviously, Toru Yano won it last year. Now someone's got to win it this year. Who do you got? Because I don't know.
Wait, say it again. I'm sorry, my fault.
The people are Chase Owens, Bad Luck Fale, Bushi, Toru Yano.
Ooh, Toru Yano has made it a little bit entertaining and funny.
Yes,
But,
I agree with that.
Overall though, I feel that Bushi could win this. He has also been having a good year, personally. I feel like he's been having a good year.
Okay. You know what? I know this might sound crazy, but I think it would be pretty interesting. Here are my two things. So, if Toru Yano does win this trophy again, I would not be mad because his run with the trophy last year was absolutely hilarious. Some of the matches he had with some of the people were absolutely hysterical. And it's great wrestling. So I do respect that. But I think the underdog pick that I'm going to go with, I'm going to go Bad Luck Fale. He's the bigger man in the match. He's dominant. And him to have that trophy, it'd be kind of interesting to see him have that title. But a sleeper pick, keep an eye on Chase Owens. I'd say keep an eye on Chase Owens. But the main pick for
Yeah,
me, Bad Luck Fale.
I wouldn't say that's a bad pick.
No,
Actually, I
I
would say
told
that
everyone
it's
this
not
like one
really a
Bad Luck
bad
Fale.
pick.
They're like, that's not a
Yeah.
bad pick at all. I was like, yeah, that's not a bad pick at all. It's not a bad pick at all. It's a more of an underdog pick, but it's not a bad pick in any way possible. So
Yeah.
yeah. Next match, Junior Tag Team Championships. A very interesting match here. Suzuki Gun, El Desperado, and Kanemaru versus the new team of 1 or 8 in Rugachi Tagachi, the one with the funky weapon, and Master Wato. The
Yeah.
Wato hype continues. So this is a very interesting match because I've seen these two team up before in tag matches, but I haven't seen them in a big title match like this. This is a very unique team. Master Wato and Rugochi Tagachi, who had a very interesting year. So it's very interesting to see that he is in a tag team title opportunity like this with Suzuki, which Suzuki has had those titles. Oh man, it's been a while. I don't know how many days, but it's been. Oh, it's been a while. I don't know how many days though. But yeah,
Yeah.
El Desperado and Kanemaru have just been really good, and especially El Desperado. El Desperado had a killer year last year in that tournament. He had an absolute killer year. So, and I expect a lot more things for El Desperado on his own if he's gonna do more single stuff. I expect a lot. So, so yeah, for me, I'm gonna go Suzuki Gun. I don't think they lose those titles. It's a very young team right here, very inexperienced team going against them. But Master Water will show more impressive feats in this match for sure.
Yeah. I would say this though. I would say that I was very impressed. Desperado has had a great year, and Master Water, bro, man, he really impressed me in that Super Junior tournament. He's
Same
also
here.
another break
Same here.
star
Yeah.
of the year.
Yeah.
I
Same
think
here.
personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, do I think that he's gonna win? I don't think he will win, but I do feel like Desperado and I forgot his partner's name,
I'd say Kanemaru, but it's up to you.
Kamaru, are gonna are gonna retain their titles
Yeah,
overall.
I just don't see them losing at this point. But I will say, keep
Yeah.
an eye out for Master Wato and Ruchi Tagachi to be in that tag division for a while. So keep an eye on them. Um, on to the next match. This is probably very heavy match that I'm interested in. Shigado Tagachi, aka the Dragon, my boy, versus Jeff Cobb for the Never Openweight Championship. Now, where do I start with Shingu? Well, Shingu had a very up and down 2020 year for me. He started really strong in 2020, having some great matches with some great competitors. After the pandemic, it didn't quite go well to him. He lost in the first round in the New Japan Cup, but he picked up steam by Summer Struggle and won the Never Openweight title from Minoru Suzuki, which obviously Minoru Suzuki took the title from him. So he won it back in a really good match with him to end the series, and he won the series against Minoru. So, but yeah, Shingu had a really strong end of his 2020. Had a strong start and ended strong, but had a really bad middle. So, very up and down year for Shingu. I expect a lot of strong things this year for him, especially. But him and Jeff Cobb could be a really hard-hitting match and a really good match, because Jeff Cobb has been in these big man matches with guys like Ishii and guys like that, and Jeff Cobb, I think he's still a little green, to be honest, with his new Empire stuff, and I think it's going to help him for sure being with Osprey. But I think one thing that I will say, Jeff Cobb, he's not winning this title. I think Shingu's going to retain. I don't see Jeff Cobb winning this title yet. Could Jeff Cobb win a title in the near future?
I believe
Yeah,
he
for
has
sure.
won the title before though, a couple of times.
Oh, Jeff Cobb?
Yeah.
Well, if he did, then I'll
Because
fact
he
check
did
that.
defeat Will Osprey. He did defeat him for that title.
I do remember that. Okay, yeah, I do remember
And that great
match.
opener to
Oh yeah, that Ring of Honor show. I do remember
yeah.
that. Yes, that was a very good opener. Surprising for Jeff Cobb too. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't see Shingo losing this title though. Shingo's been on an amazing run. Yeah, I don't see him losing this title yet. I got Shingo retaining.
Alright, well, I'm gonna say the same thing. You know, like you said, Shingo has had an on and off year, and especially but he regained himself by recapturing the never open weight for the second time in his career.
Yep.
But yeah, I feel that like Jeff Cobb, though, whatever. Jeff Cobb is an amazing athlete. Whether he's with Empire or not, he's still a great athlete. But I think Empire is gonna mostly help him out more personally.
Same here.
With like just popularity as well.
Yeah.
But overall, I do not see Cobb winning this title. This title at all. He's already won the title before by defeating Will Osprey. And last or 2 years ago, whenever the date was. But yeah, I just think that Shingo has been on a roll, and I think he should keep being on a roll until whenever the time is right. So I got Shingo.
Yeah, I'm going Shingo too. Yeah, no arguments here. I'm going Shingo too.
Yep.
All right, so this is a long story for this next match, but it's a really welcoming story. So, Evil versus Sonata. Now, let's start with Evil. Evil had a very interesting 2020. In the beginning of the year, him and Sonata were fighting for tag titles, and Evil was starting to do some single stuff on his own in some of the tournaments. He became more ruthless and a little more angry as he went, especially in that huge New Japan Cup return tournament. He did really well, and he actually won that tournament to have the opportunity to fight his former brethren who he turned on, Tetsuya Naito. And actually, for a short time, he won that title. He actually beat Naito for that title, which was so out of nowhere, and I did not expect it in any way possible. I was like, whoa, you're telling me Evil beat Tetsuya Naito for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship? Get the fuck out of here, you're joking. And I see him like, oh, we weren't joking. Alright then. So, and even though it was probably the most forgettable reign this year, it was interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
But he turned on him. He got a brand new manager in Ghetto, joining Bullet Club, and that happened. And Sonata was furious. Sonata basically, after he found that news out, he had no emotion and just destroyed everyone. He had no emotion. He was so frustrated. He had no emotion. So he went on a rampage of just destroying anyone and everyone to get his hands on Evil. And he got his hands on Evil twice. First time, Evil won. Second time, Sonata won. So now the score is tied up. And this is where we get to the Wrestle Kingdom match. This is a special singles match to decide who wins this rivalry between former tag partners. These two were dominant champions and friends. And partners. Like, they were tag champions for years. Like, no one has been able to beat them as champs. But then Evil pulled the trigger, turned on Naito, and now Sonata's on the hunt.
Them.
Yeah, for real. And Sonata's now on the chance to win, to basically beat Evil. Now, to Sonata's case, Sonata had a very interesting 2020 as well. He had some big matches, he had some wins, and he had some losses. So, we're going to see if he can start off on the right track and possibly beating Evil and ending this rivalry tonight. So, if I was a betting man, I want to go with the underdog and go Evil because you could just be a dickhead and just go Evil. I'm going Sonata, though. Sonata needs this win so badly. Sonata needs this win for sure. If Sonata wins this match, this is a great start for him to possibly win a championship this year. I hope he wins a championship this year. I don't care what title it is. I don't care if he has to gain weight to go to the never openweight division. I want him to win a title. Sonata deserves a title. He's worked his absolute ass off to win. And he has that really cool move where he wraps you up and then he kicks you in the back. That move is really, really cool. But yeah, I got Sonata in this match though. I got Sonata.
Yeah. Like I said though, man, like these guys have been best friends for years. They were the dominant force of the tag team division until God came into being the most new faces of the tag team division. But really though, this is like the Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa.
Oh yeah.
This is
best
friends turn into enemies.
Oh yeah.
As like you said, Evil pulled the trigger to go to Bullet Club. He has been doing well ever since joining Bullet Club, winning both the IWGP Intercontinental title and the World Heavyweight title. But yeah, so And Sonata though had really a little down year, but he regained himself at the end, of course, by going to the finals of the G1. Even though he lost, he put a heck of a performance, for sure. But I believe that this will be a great match to look forward to. I am definitely excited. I'm sure you are probably excited too, Brian.
Oh yeah, I know a lot of people really are kind of like usually Evil think he's a little boring wrestling. I think he just do too many low blows. That's how I feel like the problem is with Evil. He just way too many low blows. That's probably the problem with him. But no, I'm really excited for this rest though. I'm excited to see how this friendship match goes. I'm really excited.
But yeah, so I feel that Sonata. Well, I don't care whether I don't care who really wins this match, as long as it's a great match. To be honest, because this is a win-win scenario. I wouldn't be mad with whoever wins this match.
Okay, so then, but if you're the betting man, who are you picking in this?
Both men do deserve a win, but overall, I feel that Sonata should take the win.
I was gonna say the same thing. I think Sonata should win that.
Because Sonata did take a big loss to Ibushi in the G1 finals, and this could be a great comeback for him.
Yeah, and that match of the G1 was really good. Surprisingly for Sonata too. I like when I heard Sonata was going a little single, I was kind of nervous that he was gonna lose some steam, which he did kind of lose steam at the beginning of 2020. But then as the months went by, he got better and better, and he got more entertaining to watch. And he just continued on a great roll. So, shout out Sonata. And I'm quite excited to see him possibly get a win tonight. So, I'm excited. Alright, my second most anticipated match of the night. Oh boy. Tashi Shimuri versus Hiromu Takahashi. Let's get back to this feud. This feud started around 2020 before the pandemic ended. These two were in a big rivalry after Taji surprised the world and won the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. I was shocked. He won the title and went in a pretty solid reign as the champion, won some big matches, and also was able to retain the title in convincing fashion. But now, it comes back full circle. They had a match during the G1 that was incredible. That match was really good, even though it didn't count for anything. It only counted for points, didn't count for the title. But it showed that Hiromu wants a shot to win his title back. And it's understandable. And especially after the match that we got basically last night against El Phantasmo, this match is going to be amazing. I can't wait for that. But if I was a betting man, who do I give the title to? This was really tough because these two are amazing in the ring, and I know this match is going to be super athletic, super fast-paced, and these two are going to put it in the ring. I could already tell you how good this match is going to be. If the main event is kind of slow at the beginning, this match will make up for me, especially for me. So, for me, oh man, this is really tough. But I'm going to go new champion. I'm going Hiromu. I think Hiromu's going to win that title back and take his throne back as the main junior heavyweight and start leading that division into more competition.
Which I think he got injured though, right? That's why he was stripped of it.
He either got injured or he got injured. He got injured. He got injured and then he came back. He got injured and then he caused the loss because Sonata was about to lose against Evil, and then he returned and caused Evil the loss. So Sonata got into the finals. That's how Evil lost. So Hiromu and Taji. This is a full circle match. I believe the score is 1-1. I believe they've had 2 to 3 matches. So I believe both of them have beaten each other at least once. Obviously, Hiromu beat him in the G1, and then Taji beat him for the title. So Taji has the champion's advantage, because also Hiromu's going to be very little worn down because he had that match with El Phantasmo. Is that going to affect Hiromu? I don't think so. I think he's going to build off the energy and just go crazy. But it will hurt him in the long run. So, but I'm gonna stick with my pick. I'm going Time Bomb. We're gonna have a new champion. I think Taji had a great run, but it's time for Hiromu to take his title back. All right, you're up, Manny.
But yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on the same things, man. Hiromu has had a great year. He's had classic matches against some of the very best competitors in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I feel like him and Taiji have had classics, and that he's gonna regain the title he probably never lost. So yeah, I got Homoro in this one as well.
Do you think Taiji will be still in that division, if Hiromu wins this title?
Huh. To be honest, I don't know. I think he would be, but if he doesn't, then I would have to say, no, if like you said, if what's his name, if Kota Ibushi does try to make the IC title separate from the world title, then I think that he'll probably join that division and probably fight for that title.
Okay. Okay.
So I see him going for the IC, but overall, no, I don't see him changing divisions.
Okay. Okay. And yeah. Alright. Main event. This is gonna be interesting. Kota Ibushi, Jay White. Obviously, as we said at the top of the show, Kota Ibushi did win the IWGP Championship and Intercontinental title. He's putting it back on the line now after a grueling match with Tetsuya Naito.
Yeah.
He's gonna be hurt. He's gonna be sore. He's gonna be tired. He's gonna have less in the motor. But do I think that's still gonna affect his match? No, I don't think so. Kota has had matches where he has fought in 2 nights straight and still has delivered. And I think he's gonna do the same with Jay White. Now, this is gonna be butterflies for Jay White. This is Jay White's first main event in a Wrestle Kingdom Tokyo Dome match. This is Jay White's chance to prove to the world why he's that good. Now, have I been very impressed with Jay White in the past? Yes, I have. Have I been since then? 50-50. There's been some matches that I've been very good with, and there's some that I'm like, we gotta see more. So, this is the true test for me to evaluate if Jay White is in that upper entourage of heavyweights. This is his time to prove the world wrong. Can he do it? We'll see. I don't know what to expect for this match. They've had matches before. The second night match they had at Wrestle Kingdom last year was okay. It was not as good as the main event, but it was just okay. It was alright. But it was a good co-main event regardless. It was a little slow for me, because I just had to, I think it was after like Tetsuya Naito was fighting that night. It was after a certain match that was better than that, so it was really tough for me to grasp that match, I would say. But for me, I think this is going to really open up Jay White. I hope he does really well, because I want Jay White to get known more as he goes. He's a star. He is a really good star that just hasn't gotten that much appreciation. And if he can go a long time with Kota and stick with Kota, I think he's going to get that love. Because Jay White's an awesome heel. I really love Jay White. He's one of my top heels in Japan. He's one of my top favorite heels that they have, other than G.O.D. and a couple of their names, like Minoru Suzuki and stuff. He's one of my top heels. But he hasn't proved to me that he is in that World Championship opportunity. But now, since winning the briefcase from Kota, now he has an opportunity. Tisk tisk. So, but unfortunately, I don't think it's Jay White's moment yet. I think Kota retains. Even though Kota's going to be much more drained down and very sore, I think he's still going to fight through, and I think he's going to retain that title from Jay White. It's not going to be easy, but it's not going to be a cakewalk by any means. But I got Kota retaining that title. I think Kota's going to start a very long reign and a very enjoyable reign, because Kota has worked so hard for that title. So, yeah. You're up, Manny.
Yeah. Well, for this match, we've already seen Jay White defeat Kota Ibushi two times. And especially Kota Ibushi did lose to Jay White, actually. In the I believe it was the co-main event of last year's WrestleMania, Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah,
I believe, right?
yeah. Kota was 0-2. Yeah, no, he's 0-2. Yeah.
Yeah, so far the advantage so far is Jay White. So far.
Yes.
But since Ibushi winning this title, both titles, I think he is going to keep this title, because this cannot be over for the Golden Boy. He has been trying to get this world title for years, ever since his New Japan debut. I'm sure.
Yeah, it's
He
been
has
a dream
worked
of his.
his butt off.
He's worked
He has
his
worked
butt
his
off,
butt
man.
off
He really has.
for many years.
He really has.
And to be honest, it is not Jay White's time. I think, especially, Jay White is probably one of the best heels of this generation, with a few other names. But really, though, at the same time, it is not his time. Do I think he will be a world champion again? Yes,
yeah.
for sure, 1000%.
Yeah, I agree.
But for now, it is the era of the Golden Boy. It is Ibushi's time.
It's the era of the Golden Star. It's not Jay White's time. It's not Switchblade era time. But I think this is gonna really open up people to Jay White. This has massive potential to open Jay White up to more appreciation, for sure. So
and
I hope
could this be another classic?
It has potential.
Trilogy, I believe.
It has
Yeah,
potential.
It does.
Cause the first one they had was really good. The Wrestle Kingdom one was okay.
What are you?
But the other one, like the Wrestle Kingdom was okay, but the first match they had was better. So I'm hoping this match exceeds both matches and takes the top as the match, because Koda's had great matches, and Jay White just hasn't been that lucky with Koda. I hope this is the night they prove me wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. Because Jay White has had great matches with guys like... He fought Okada. And had a brilliant match with Okada. If you could get that same style for Koda, you're on the hunt for a brilliant heel in the future. So, I could agree with that.
But yeah, I feel like that Jay White's first match with Ibushi, I think it was one of their best matches.
Yeah, the first match they had was the best match, yeah. But can the Wrestle Kingdom one in a big setting like this change that? It could. If the match is really good, they can change that. They can really change that. But it all depends. Are they willing to put the work in to do it? You know? Because this is the one main event that I was kind of indifferent about seeing Jay White in the main event, because I was looking forward to Tetsuya Naito and Dakota Ibushi. That's what I was looking forward to, for me. But to get an opportunity to see Jay White maybe shock the world, I'd be down with it to open up Jay White to more people. A lot of people don't know what to think about Jay White. So we'll see what happens, though. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I do feel that this could be another great match. So far, I feel like that the first match was their better match. But let's see. Let's see if they can make another classic.
Let's see.
And
Yeah.
hopefully Ibushi retains his titles.
Yes. Yeah. I hope Ibushi retains his titles. And don't forget, we also right after this show, Ibushi's probably not done yet, because not only because now we have New Year's Dash. We have that show coming up. On Tuesday. Oh, Wednesday, my bad. It comes up Wednesday. New Year's Dash is the show in Kurgan Hall. That is the kind of the New Year's resolution show to set up for the next pay-per-view, which is, I think it's Fighting Spirit, I think? Don't quote me on it. I don't know what the next show is. I have to go back and look.
Yeah.
It's either Fighting Spirit or Dominion. It's one of those two. Usually. So they're probably going to go with the same schedule. And I think my favorite part of night one for me, I'm happy we got the English commentary back. I love the English commentary for New Japan. It's better than WWE's commentary.
Yeah.
It's better than that. And that's only because
Yeah.
they feel more professional, and I really like Rocky Romero's knowledge.
Yeah, knowledge and commentary.
Yeah,
and
Terry Kelly. Oh, I love that man. Man is awesome. And I also like I can't think of the guy's name. He's British, but I can't think of the guy's name. He did a lot of the British shows. He did a lot of the British shows.
And for Revolt, I believe, right?
Yeah, he
Revolt
did for Revolt. Yeah, he's a really good commentator as well, for like some insight on like history. He knows his stuff. So I'm happy they got the commentary back to Japan, so I could get the full-on experience, because while the Zoom experience was okay, it was a little boring. So I'm happy they got the full team back in Japan, which I'm guessing for this year they're going to be back in Japan full time, so I'm happy for that. and I hope they do some great shows. I've been watching them on New Japan Strong, and they've been really good on New Japan Strong, but this is the one that I'm happy they're back. So, for 2 nights, we'll be getting the full-on English commentary. So, but yeah, night 1 was awesome. I'm excited for night 2. New Japan continues to deliver, and if there's a time that I feel depressed and I feel messed up, New Japan's got my back. So,
For sure.
so yeah, so, alright, it's time to...
Should we talk about the Brody Lee?
Yeah,
Or did we already
let's do it. No, we didn't do that yet. We only talked about our little bit of thoughts, and we did a 5-second, but we didn't actually talk about actual thing. Let me look up the card real quick, and then we can do that. Hold on. The fuck? Ah! Alright, so I have the card here. By the way, I usually rate all AEW Dynamite shows. I'm not rating this one. This is a tribute show. I don't rate tribute shows. I think they're monsters if you rate tribute shows. This is a tribute to them. No matter how bad it is. You monsters. Anyway. So, we started off in the beginning of the night with a very touching message by Jon Moxley. He basically talked about how close he was to Brody Lee and how much he loved being around Brody Lee, and the moments that they had in a different company that he didn't want to say, but he had moments there, and he had moments in AEW, of course, before he passed. And he was also glad that he stepped in the ring with him at I think it was Double or Nothing, right? Double or Nothing? Yeah?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, Double or Nothing, and they had that crazy spot where they broke the outside area, like you know, crazy. So
yeah,
great stuff there, and he's glad that he was able to have his last moments with Brody. So shout out to Moxley, and we're gonna start off with the first match. We have the first match, which is the 6-man tag, the Young Bucks and Colt Cabana versus Matt Hardy and the Private Party. Now, this was a very interesting match because Matt Hardy's been on a bit of a heel turn right now. He's been doing more heelish stuff with the Private Party, trying to get them more wins, but also trying to not do it in the right way. And Private Party's not agreed with that. Private Party's been very frustrated. Like, hey, Matt, like, we respect you in every way, but why are you trying to do heel stuff? Try to do more face stuff. So, but Matt has really showed them the way. He's been a great mentor to them. So, it's good stuff by then. So that happened. And then also on the other side, we have the classic 3. Colt Cabana, who was really close to Brody, and the Young Bucks. All 3 of them teaming up. Colt was very emotional for this match, but he fought through and had a great match. This was a great 6-man tag, very fast-paced, high-flying, and Colt kicking up the win was also a nice touch. So, a very good match to start the night. So,
yeah. It was a very emotional night for me, especially. Even though I wasn't the biggest fan of Brody Lee, I did feel for him and his family, for sure. I was starting to become a fan of Brody Lee again.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's not Manny's fault that he didn't like Brody Lee. It's just the way WWE booked him in any way.
Yeah.
They gave him nothing to do, which is unfortunate. Because I remember Luke Harper winning the IC title, and I was excited. It's like, oh, this is awesome. I can't wait. And he had a very good run with it. But WWE couldn't do nothing with him after that. I felt bad. Next, one of my favorite tributes in this match, Lance Archer, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson versus Eddie Kingston, The Butcher, and The Blade. My favorite part about this match, look at my man's Lance Archer killing it with the Luke Harper tribute. Oh! That was awesome. Him wearing the white shirt with the pants. Oh, it looks so. Oh my god. I was in tears when I saw it. I was like, yo, that's fucking awesome. That's an awesome tribute, bro. It's like, that's so sick. That was my favorite tribute attire of the night. It was my favorite tribute attire of the night. It was just so well done. Shout out Lance, he really killed it. And this match was also great as well, building up the scenes for New Year's Smash, which that's another show. If you want us to review, that'll come up probably Thursday or something. I don't know, Thursday, Friday. That's gonna be because Kenny Omega and Ray Phoenix are on that card. Oh boy, my body's gonna be done by the end of the week because so many good matches. Anyway, so a great tribute match here again, and Lance picking up the win, and they hit the fatality, which that move is so sweet to watch. Love that tag team move. Awesome stuff, and the Dark Order picked up the win. Dark Order definitely, hopefully, are in the tag team hunt this year, and I hope they possibly win the titles. I really hope they win the titles. So. But yeah, so good stuff there, and Eddie Kingston's always great, so that was good as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the tribute to the BTE episode. But to be honest, though, it was very emotional.
It really was. It was. Both shows were emotional. Both shows were incredibly emotional. Oh my god. But yeah, so
yeah, I almost cried in the ending, bro.
We'll get to
the tears back.
We'll get to there. We'll get to there.
Go ahead.
Then we had that, and then more stuff with Colt Cabana and Darks Hardwood and Arn Anderson talking about Brody. More, you know, like messages talking about how his presence was really awesome and stuff like that. And yeah, oh, and made me tear up, bro. The referee, bro, that was talking about Brody.
Oh, nah, that made me tear up too.
Oh, yeah, that made me tear up, bro. Like, oh, that one hit hard. Oh, then we have another amazing, nice little six-man. We have Hangman Adam Page with Alex Reynolds and John Silver killing it with the Brody special attire. Shout out Alex. Shout out my boy, John Silver. I love that man. That man is hilarious. Love that dude.
Yeah.
Dude is awesome. Against MJF, who was a dickhead. Fuck you, MJF. And Santana and Ortiz, who was wearing the Puerto Rican attire for MJF, which was very interesting, I think. Which is, I mean, hey, if you want to fit in, you want to fit in. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. So, interesting way to fit in. But yeah, no, this was a really good match. Again, building momentum for Hangman Page and John Silver and this very unique squad as a team. I don't see Hangman Page joining the Dark Order because it's a weird combo, but to see them team up in this, it's kind of nice. Oh, and Hangman Page had a really nice silver attire, which is really clean. I really like that as well. So, shout out Hangman, shout out Alex Reynolds, John Silver. They obviously won, and out of nowhere, oh, what is this? What is this? This I say, Eric Rowan appears and attacks Wardlow. Because Wardlow was about to interfere, out comes Eric Rowan, who he's not even signed to AEW. He's a free agent. He's here basically helping out, and he even had a sign up for Brody. That was so touching. I know Eric Rowan must be hurt because it was one of his best friends, especially as a tag team. But to see Eric Rowan, could this mean could be signed to AEW? Who knows? And I would respect if he takes the hand of Brody and says, I'm gonna take control of the Dark Order. He'd be a solid member. I think it'd be really nice. But but that's only if he wants to. If he doesn't want to, that's fine. That's his decision. It's all fine. I respect his decision regardless of what it is. So shout out Eric Rowan for coming out, which did not expect. Took me for a loop. And I actually have the thing of the sign here. Here we go. All right, goodbye. All right, so here's the sign. So it's goodbye for now, my brother. Down the line. That's really touching. So, yeah. And then, oh, by the way, also another great thing, Jericho's on commentary, which Jericho's always amazing on commentary, so just remember that. Which was awesome. Silver and Reynolds, you know, basically talk about BTE. Then we had another actually the women did really well on this night. They delivered. Anna 99J and Taya Conti, the Best Friends team, versus Britt Baker and Penelope Ford. This was a very emotional match for Anna Jay, and this proved to me more that Anna Jay is a future AEW Women's Champion. She just has it all. She has the athleticism. She has this technician. She's just really, really a good wrestler. She's really improved. She's one of my most improved women's wrestlers on this roster. Same with Taya Conti. That's another woman that I really like. And Anna Jay and Taya Conti picked up the win, and I was really happy because Anna Jay got that big moment for her. So big win for Anna Jay. Big win for Anna Jay. So definitely.
Yeah.
So good stuff there. Then after the match, Dr. Britt Baker gets on the mic, was about to say something bad, and then Thunder Rosa comes out. So continuing their feud, going into New Year's Smash, which I'm guessing they're gonna have a match, maybe in night 2. So, but yeah, so Thunder Rosa attacking Baker, and now Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker are probably gonna have a match. And then the most tributing that this match was. This is probably the hardest ones. The Brody Lee Jr. Dream match. 10. It was 10. Orange Cassidy and Cody Rhodes versus Team Taz. Brian Cage, Will Hobbs, and Ricky Starks. This was a really good match. It was fun. And obviously, 10 actually picked up the victory. Huge win for 10. Preston Vance. Huge win for him. And they're in Team Taz about to ruin the moment, but then out comes Sting and Darby Allin together. Now, this is very intriguing because we were all wondering, what does Sting have to do with Darby Allin? They come out both on the stage and they clear out the ring. It's Taz and stuff. They clear the ring, and and it was a really touching moment. And we're still trying to figure out what Sting's goal is in AEW. He's having more interviews and opening up what his goal is. We don't really know what his goal is yet, but we're getting closer to figuring out what his goal is. So probably in the next couple of interviews we'll find out what his goal is in AEW. So good stuff by Sting, good stuff by Darby, and yeah, it's just teasing up Darby versus Brian Cage at a New Year's Smash. So yeah, and then the hardest moment of the night, the promo by Cody, the send-off by Tony Khan, and then officially retiring the TNT Championship to Brody. They had his boots and his jacket, and they had the belt laid right on top, and his son putting it. It's just I was tearing up. It was so touching. The tribute video they had for him was beautiful. It was awesome. This was just a hard night for me. I usually don't show much emotion on the outside often. I usually keep it to myself. If it's like a really sad movie or a sad ending or an emotional moment, I keep it to myself. But this tribute was just so good, I just couldn't keep it to myself. So I let it all out, and it was a hard night. It was a hard night. But the tribute was amazing. It was one of the best tributes I've ever seen. They did it so well. They had 2 days notice to do this, and they killed it. That's why they moved New Year's Smash to this Wednesday, night 1. So, and yeah, I hope Brody Lee's, basically soul is with us for longer bits of time, so that we can continue to push forward and make excellent shows. I hope with now this really nice tribute, they could start building up momentum and start heading towards next year's Double or Nothing. So, but yeah, that was a really tough show to basically bear. It was really hard. Very good show, but tough. It was tough. It was really tough.
Well, yeah, man, this has been a great broadcast, and I appreciate you for coming on so that we can talk about it and all that.
Of course.
But are you gonna be online later on? Oh no, I mean no, not online. But are you gonna be available later on to maybe watch night 2?
If you're willing to stay up, because I could actually stay up. I have the body to do it. I don't know if you have the body to do it, but if you do,
I do. But if I'm bored, if I don't have nobody to talk to, then yeah, I'll probably be knocked out. But yeah, I should be able to.
Well, let me know. Text me whatever, because if you're gonna do this, I need you to have at least as much body as you much have. You don't have to be super loud, but you could at least have some energy to keep you up. And if you fall asleep, I could just stop it and we could just watch it tomorrow or something or whatever. It's fine. So if you want to, we could try it tonight. It's fine. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, bro.
All right, bro.
It's a great broadcast, and
Thank you all. Yeah. Guys. Yeah, yeah, probably after night 1 or something like that. Probably. We'll see. But yeah. Thank you again.